Hello. In this video, we're going to be dividing unit fractions by whole numbers using the reciprocals strategy. So if you remember from the last video, we can write whole numbers as fractions by putting them over 1. For example, we see the 2 here. We can write 2 as a fraction as 2 over 1. There's 1 piece in each whole, and there are 2 of those pieces. So 2 over 1 is equivalent to 2. You will also remember that in the last video, we talked about how to make reciprocals. So reciprocals are anything you can multiply by a fraction to make it equivalent to 1 whole. So let's take the fraction that we just made, 2 over 1, and find its reciprocal. So 2 over 1 times its reciprocal equals 1 whole. Well, like I said, we can just flip our numerator and denominator to find the reciprocal. So 2 over 1 times 1 over 2 is going to get us 1 whole. 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 over 2 is equivalent to 1 whole. So the reciprocal of 2 over 1 is 1/2. So let's go back to our problem. 1/6 divided by 2. So we know our answer is going to be smaller than 1/6 because we just started with 1/6 and we're splitting that into 2 pieces. So we're going to solve this problem using the reciprocal strategy. The first step is to represent the problem as 2 fractions. So we can just bring down the 1/6. It's already a fraction. So 1/6 divided by, then we're going to write 2 as a fraction. We can do that by just putting 2 over 1. Okay, and so that is the represent part. Okay, now we need to find the reciprocal of the second fraction in the second step here. Okay, so we already did that over there. So the reciprocal of 2 over 1 is 1/2. Okay, and now we're just going to rewrite this as a multiplication problem. So we're going to take our first fraction, put it down here, 1/6. We're changing it to multiplication, and we're going to multiply by the reciprocal that we found in the box. So 1/6 times 1/2. And so now we can just multiply across to get our answer. 1 times 1 is 1. 6 times 2 is 12. So our answer is 1/12. Okay, 1/6 divided by 2 is 1/12. Of course, it won't always be so simple. Sometimes you'll have to decode a word problem to set up your equation and then follow these steps. So that's what we'll do in the next example. Tiana had 1/8 of a box of crayons left in her supply container. She wanted to divide them into 3 equal groups. What fraction of the whole box will be in each of those groups? Okay, so we need to think, what are we starting with? What are we splitting up? Well, we're starting with 1/8 of a box. Okay, 1/8. Okay, and then she wants to divide them into 3 equal groups. So we're going to divide that 1/8 into 3 equal groups. And so she wants to know what fraction of the whole box will be in each group. And so using the reciprocal strategy, the first thing we need to do is to represent each number as a fraction. Well, we already have 1/8 as a fraction. So 1/8 divided by, and now we need to represent 3 as a fraction. We know we can do that by just putting it over 1. Okay, 1/8 divided by 3 over 1. Okay, now we can find the reciprocal of the second fraction. So we can find that reciprocal by just flipping the fraction. So the reciprocal of 3 over 1 is 1/3. Then we're going to rewrite this whole thing as a multiplication equation. So we're going to keep our 1/8. We're going to multiply it by the reciprocal that we found, 1/3. And that's going to get us our answer. 1 times 1 is 1. 8 times 3 is 24. So 1/24 is our answer. Okay, and we can also model that with a number line. So I'm going to show you how you can do that. Okay, so I'm going to set up our number line 0 to 1. You can do this with a bar model too, but I'm just going to show you with a number line. So we started with 1/8. So I'm going to start by splitting my number line into 8ths. Okay, so we split our number line into 8ths. And now we need to split 1/8 into 3 equal pieces. And so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So just like that. Okay. And when I do it here, I need to do it to the whole number line. So if this eighth has 3 pieces, then this eighth has 3, this eighth has 3, and so on. Okay. And then we can count how many are in total in the number line. Okay. So if we count each space, there would be 24 total. And then one section of it would be 1/24, which proves that our answer is correct. So this is how you can use the reciprocal strategy to divide unit fractions by whole numbers.